Here she is. Introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalam's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
No, I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Alamil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both.
I take it from your presence that visitors from the desert.
The plan worked. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits, Sarah.
Calm now, Victor. Why, we are united. And that is... As for you, Sid, you...
I'll take...
So... Where did you learn to swing a sword like that?
The Akashic attacked us out of the blue, and there's no telling when they might be back. You best keep that sword handy, Sid.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said he'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you? Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Moi.
Mad dogs. Alone.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade!
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing them.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
mic decided not to pick up my mic. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me now. But my Streamlabs decided not to make me speak as I was congratulating and talking to everybody. So, sorry about that. My mic decided not to be picked up by my Streamlabs.
Mad dogs. A lot of them.
So, sorry about that.
What are you after? There you go. Thanks very much.
Lots of stuff.
Much obliged. There you go.
But I hope y'all are having a great
This man's
day.
gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Thank you all for coming by and being here for my stream. I appreciate every one of you stopping by.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Went super far, Ambrosia. Thank you. Oh, goblins? Interesting.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
I missed a lot.
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Just waiting. I'm just finishing this up. Can you hear me now, Bob, or no?
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Hopefully. So, as long as everyone here doesn't mind, I'm going to be switching to another game. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy... no. I'm not going to be playing Final Fantasy. I'm going to be playing Smite 2 in a little bit. But yeah, no. Everything's working though,
What
guys.
did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came
Thank you
from,
very much.
they're gone now.
3
Our
p.m.
lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
Oh, God.
Damn sight less than if you hadn't
What time are
turned
you
up.
going to be out of work then?
Thank you.
Bob,
It was
don't
a
do
hard
this to
fought
me
victory.
if
But
you're
as long
not
as the
there,
skies
man.
remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers
Never
are
mind,
only going to
apparently I'm not
rise.
going to be smiting for a little
It's
while.
not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when.
Nanushka, thank you
And
very
whether
much
that's
for joining.
sooner or later, we'll
Visible.
need to be ready. The
Thank you
inn
for
here
joining.
affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
Liam, thank you for
I'd
rejoining.
like to make this
I've seen
one of
you've
our
been in here a
outposts.
couple times. Appreciate you.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Isabel,
Well,
Isabel?
when you put it like that, of course they can
Oh,
stay.
I'm gonna be asleep by then, buddy. Oh, okay, yeah, weekend, yes. Weekend's no problem. Right now, it's probably not gonna happen. Because I'm gonna be passed out. Guardian Scarf. Okay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar? Over here.
Shinze Bargsapug. Bargaspug.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch. I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade.
But what I said before to everybody else was simply,
If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is
Scott,
only so much the
welcome.
boy can learn from me, my lord.
but Mr. Williams, I appreciate everybody who stops
Would
by
that really be so bad?
being here.
You were a squire once.
Thank you all for stopping by.
And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way. I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You or my uncle.
Joke's on you, you already have. Ha ha ha, plot twist. One more dilemma left to go, guys. Then this chapter will be done.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Can I interest you in some blades of mace? Or perhaps a racer to a ginger? I've been willing to trade if you got
User, welcome.
4 left for more on the captain's orders.
The 2 soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
That sounds like a bad day.
More arrived from the capital this morning.
I know. They could hardly stand.
I was just getting annoyed that I was playing against just the Anubis
Lord.
players.
Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Hello, cursive name I cannot read. I was like the first 30 minutes. 1 through 10, first 30 minutes. Yeah, I had an issue where I was playing. I was playing Amaterasu into an Anubis, and my solo laner, my jungler who was Loki, was killing everyone else on the map and not giving me a hand, and he killed everybody, like everybody on the map. He was like 14 and 1, comes over, helps me one time, loses, does not help me
requesting
afterwards.
reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know.
Oh, I won
This
too.
here.
Because
we
in the
have.
team fight, it was
This is
just
what's
an
left.
Anubis
What
who
we
was the
have
highest
left
level of
is
the
our
team. And he
lives.
did nothing. He just
You really
died
want
to
us to
me
lose them as well?
and
Not if we don't have
and
to.
what's his name, Loki, who just
Look,
dove him
there's a
every 5
cask
seconds and
under
just
the
couldn't
captain's
kill
bunk.
us.
Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Loki built pure pen with anti-heal, and I had anti-heal.
Ah, Clive. I didn't
We had the
expect help to
opposing
arrive so
heals.
quickly.
He had the brawlers, I
Hmm.
had the
Sought to take matters
the
into
one
my
where
own
you
hands.
actually
It was
had
a
it
noble
for
effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
depth.
I'd
Welcome.
like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I dealt with that too. I had just Anubis who just built full cooldown just so he could keep ulting me every 5 seconds.
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so and a pack of them glowing things found me and...
Leave that to us.
My family. They're still in the capital.
What do we do to deserve this?
Truly am.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then...
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more...
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You saw those soldiers?
Assume you have a plan?
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood. Faster!
Running.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
All yours, Torgal. This one.
Should I try?
Save your strength.
At least you had somebody's overhead. Hello, Quadra 6. Hello, X-Star.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let it.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes, Malay.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their post.
not the most selfless of most. Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love, and the people I love include the one standing. Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my... But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this...
And there's another one. And another one. And another one.
Our friends seem to have things under control.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What did you find down there?
The ruined reawakened.
I'm Clive Rossfield.
Year 4. So what we are going to do first and foremost is we are going to teleport ourselves over to Sanbreque. More specifically though, we are going to go to the Caernarvon Glorious Gate. The reason for that is we need to take the pathway that is basically just to the right hand side of this. So as soon as you teleport in, immediately summon your chocobo.
Well, we heard the man.
Just to try and save a bit of time, and then from where you spawn, basically just go straight, and that also means going straight through the forest as well. You will eventually come across a small dirt track that leads further into the forest through a small canyon-like area. Simply proceed all the way through this area, and then as you get further and further in, you will eventually spawn the hunt mob who will then attack you. But though everybody, that is going to conclude the commentary portion of this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it has helped. If it has, then please be sure to smash that like button.
Well, let's see what level it is. I think that you should do whatever the heck you want. If you want to stream, go for it. I'm all for you just wanting to do what you want to do. honest.
Straight home now.
Alright, so I am going to save, because if it is the level that it said it was, I'm not killing this thing. If it isn't, then honestly, Bob, I think that you would have a fun time streaming. I really do. I think that you should, because you appreciate it, and plus your antics are hilarious sometimes to watch. Just you sitting there and you giggling because you know you're gonna kill the guy because you know he made a mistake. Ring of the Marksman. Increases will damage by 10%. Alright. Here's where I'm supposed to fight this dragon. Savard. Alright.
Found her. This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Oh shit. Damn, that thing does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's a strong hitter. That thing is gonna be a pain in the dick to fight. It's an S ring. I've been hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and it does a lot of DPS. Because I have all the best armor on, and I have a plus 30 defense. That will help. Got it. That was worth. Sorry guys, just give me a second. Alright. Notorious Mark is Slaying. Orichalcum, Fallen in Amber.
Definitely not to be trifled with.
Definitely not to be trifled with. Well, I trifled with it. Johira Rio Joa Riarmos. Thank you very much for the like, I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry if I screw up on the name. Joa Riarmos 6. I had a last tether.
What do I owe the honor? For saying Fordian, do you?
I need stained loincloth and a marble flower.
That it? Fine.
So it's good to know that the bosses level up with your level. They don't.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this.
Did I?
Best of luck out there, Sid.
So how y'all doing today? Y'all having a wonderful day?
What will it be today? And how could it not?
But are we any better?
I cannot claim. Such are the wages. Ironic, then.
What is it that you wish to learn?
Of course.
So the medicine girl's gonna tie into something. Okay, so she
One
did
must understand one's place in the world.
I was always curious why she ended her life. She just believed they were her kids.
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Was wondering when you had owls from all our friends. How is it you always managed to...
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystal. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
Why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You are special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Oh, that's fine. It's just my brother right here. He's just puking up blood. It's okay now, right? It doesn't matter that he's dying.
Well, what's the short of it? Tyr told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyr not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I finally introduce you.
Alright, so what are we up to now? South of Tabor. Now when there's 3 missions here I gotta do. Side missions lead to big deals.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do, which almost certainly means they have.
Perhaps a visit.
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last...
Hello, Meredith.
It seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be a moth?
Smooth like a butler. But would it really be smooth like a butler?
Oh, that blasted book.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can...
Are you sure it's me you're
I'm all the cook will be needing. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as...
I've never been one, so...
A fried mortress of skyworm. This recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like mine. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. That's a question for a scholar. Kindly old fella.
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can...
You do that.
Not to be outdone.
There's a storm coming, Sid. Will there be thunder?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. A classy young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know...
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goose? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that... Oh, I think Nan might be in
It's all right.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know?
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as a...
You're doing good trade, then? Both.
Can't complain. What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
All I know is that someone in Dallymill has been spreading...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profit? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid this.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a pub.
Of course. I spoke with that the rumors were unfounded, and that along with some other things, and while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say...
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking, so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that's...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until...
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well, then your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes, we did it.
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's heirs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, heirs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are you almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
And That's how you do things. Like, pretend like you know what you're doing.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve...
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or they dismantled them to see how they work.
Ah, no, Mid will have my...
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea, although I was the one who ended up teaching.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was, but that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope.
Which explains her... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream.
Fetch!
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then I am Sebastian Rutherford, Chief...
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the tasked with learning what I am able, and what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt. And without a steady hand, the realm threatens to drift. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this.
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having...
Alas.
I have lost contact with... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times,
So you want me? I'll need to know.
one I sent to an...
That doesn't exact.
Thank you.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with.
Mummy,
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
the bad men are going to come back.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Could be I know something.
Clive, listen. I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or ne. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more cool. And who will they all turn? Why, the good.
And you've seen this
Aye, just so. You'll find her right here, plying her trade most days.
here in Dalimil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably. But it'd be a bolder man than me. Feeling. Now, if that's.
Sorry to have.
Yeah.
You don't think Nan's the...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway.
Good question.
And I'll visit this.
All right.
You too, Good.
Goots is the simple giant.
The finest cell sorted.
Fuck!
What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Let's go. Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Now, we can pretend this didn't happen.
Does that mean I get his sword now?
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goetz. Right now.
He's the coward for not killing him. I don't think that's how that works.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goetz, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goetz, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goose, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, that. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wetlegs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind, but that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wetlegs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Oh. Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Oh, but I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday. Let me tell you...
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the Twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the Mother Crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to. Clive. That great lump. No. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Hello, heart in a box.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do I owe the honour? So, will it be? Anything else?
We're moving right along, right down the pace.
If all of us continue to work together in defending Dalaman,
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us. We have a hard time putting this place back. Nonsense.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapping them. Perhaps.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
I don't think they're trying
Thank
to
you.
rob you. I just think they're just trying to be friendly.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat. To me!
expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the other, they've already relieved...
I'm not.
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane
of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your uncle. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being...
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a...
Which way did they go?
South, toward...
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit...
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
some sounds being made.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir.
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack.
The garrison have their hands full. There are few hands left to work the field. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation first...
I shall return to North, but allow me to...
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be one. I shall send a pistola.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant... Speaking of which,
I only happen to be... They both seem to think...
I am afraid that Storm is... And...
As it is,
I will see that your Lord Uncle is made aware of the situation.
There were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
You needn't fret.
You heard the herald.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Molly
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite. So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Welcome, Power Goose.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavor and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? always welcome, Clive.
Am I though?
Oh, the moon.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
It's always better to look around corners.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I love my brother, but he's a bit dick. That's literally what he said.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not.
You're injured.
You bleeding? Yeah, you bleeding.
What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Eth swallowed our camp. There's a village.
I'll go.
Thank
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened.
Another survivor.
His wounds were...
He was right to send you. Those things. Saber is safe thanks to you. Here. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with someone else.
That scar. Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some...
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill, just know that I will find you, Sid.
threaten the one guy who just saved your battalion.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
I'm guessing the last two is Shiva and Odin.
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else? Of course. Anything else? Got anything else for me? Ah, not bad. It's a deal. Got anything else for me? It's a deal. Got anything else for me? Come again.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails up at one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end?
What
You
does
are
Ultima
the
want?
summons.
The tapestry. Show them.
That guy was Barnabas, and he controls Odin. When he pulled out that weapon and killed everybody, basically Odin's sword. The main guy that you have, he's the fire element. His Eldion is Ifrit.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here.
The girl
What
is
is it?
Shiva, and the boy is the Phoenix.
It is old, ancient,
The boy is
even.
his brother,
Naught
the girl
remains
is
of the
his best
faith it
friend,
represents,
slash
save what can
lover,
be gleaned
interest.
from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose.
You become the summon.
That figure
in
in the
this one.
center, the one
You
beneath
have
whom
summon
the icons
fights.
congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
It actually is.
No, I don't suppose
This
they
one
do.
actually has a really, really good story.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote,
You
I will be
basically have
accompanying
to
my
fight
brother
summons, and they
to the
have
Free
multiple
Cities.
forms, and it gets crazy.
Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish.
Hack and
Your
slash
grace.
style like this one.
But please be
And
safe. If aught were to
You have to
befall
play
you,
integrate before you play the remake.
You have my word.
Before you play remake, I mean, till you play the next version, because the second one's out now, which I'm about 3/4 through.
farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
It's hack and slash style, so as long as you don't mind hack and slash, it's really good. The story is built upon from the first one, from 7, and they made it more deep. like the way that it's made and everything.
Let's
like
find
that.
our friends.
There's more than just the original story to it.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Alright. Which is the newest one that is turn-based? Well, I'll tell you this one. The newer one that they did make it a bit turn-based like because you can turn it turn-based. It's not as good as the original, but it is turn-based-y, if that makes sense. Alright. I need a minute. I need to go get a drink, and I need to charge my controller. The newest one is basically Intergrade has a turn-based-ish situation. Like they turn it a little bit back to turn-based, but it doesn't feel turn-based, if that makes sense. Like you're still hack and slash fighting because hack and slash kind of took over since 15 with Not. And I'm trying to think of the last one. The last turn-based one was 13, because you could, no, not 13, 10 I want to say was the last turn-based. From 10 back all the way to 1 is all turn-based. So if you play Final Fantasy 1 to 10, it will be turn-based. Including the spin-offs. And then from 11, which 11's the online, to recent, it's all just been active. If you're curious. Alright, I gotta get a drink. Alright, I'm back. Never beat 10. Yeah, I did. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. But no, I did beat Final Fantasy. And 10 is the last one that was turn-basy. After that, everything became different.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to... Is that blade for hire?
Figurative.
Well, a passing caravan. Dread Eve...
Do you want to...
Eventually, yes. Dread Evis skin. Bring me that...
All right.
Of course. Leave take... I eagerly await you.
Beneath the flood, yes.
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. You there! Soft as Phoenix. Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient culture. In my heyday, the answers I seek lie. Would you do an old man a cut?
Climb the step.
And the three of them, to be precise. I'm here, namely. The otherwise...
I can't promise I'll...
Remember what... That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly thoughts like him always are, aren't they?
No history would be complete without mention of the Mother Crystals.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalaman.
Not a scratch on them.
Have you noticed the Elder has been coughing recently?
Thank you for the thing.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Recent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being in the ditch.
farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in...
Oh, would that I could have seen them for myself. Come, don't tease me now. Let's...
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardian, the engraving...
Voyages of the Ashen Ocean.
See...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its Guardian roots could never account for. This is proof.
Children of the...
Son!
I could have sworn... Children of...
I'd rather...
Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's 3 engravings. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last, but certainly not, little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ah, too many...
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. Come on. Faster! Looks like there's still plenty of fighting yet. Too slow. Get him! The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek. Yet as adamant as her virtue. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my...
I don't plan on making a...
Very well. Though I do not allow me to...
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. I'm afraid I can't stay.
Fly, Ambrosia. I can walk from here. Good girl.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Enough of you, are there? Come on. Yeah! time to fight.
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them. Joffrey men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Guys, I've been streaming now for about 3.5 hours, and I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm starting to get really tired. I'm gonna go back to the hideaway, I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna call it. Till then, everybody, I want you all to have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Give me a call, give me a text, give me anything, you know. Give me a response on TikTok or on any of my other things if you guys want to talk to me. I'll tell you